Welcome to Wrestling Backlash. You thought you knew him, right? It's official, the Rated R superstar is at the forefront of the wrestling world once again, as All Elite Wrestling has just welcomed one of the greatest figures in professional wrestling history. Adam Edge Copeland showed up to AEW WrestleDream this past Sunday to shock the world, and has officially put pen to paper on a huge deal with the company. It follows up an emotional end to an incredible 25-year Hall of Fame run in the WWE, and marks, without question, one of the biggest signings in AEW history, with a world of new possibilities opening up, as well as a potential reunion with his best friend of 40 years and AEW TNT champion, Christian Cage. Things are heating up to get very interesting. Stick around as we dive into the finer details, what the man himself had to say, and what potentially lies ahead in the near future for the Hall of Famer. Copeland's debut was nothing short of dramatic, as he came to the rescue of Darby Allin and Sting, thwarting a 3-on-2 assault by Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne, just after Wayne had helped Cage beat Allin. Christian was about to lay waste to Sting with the patented concerto. Then a teaser trailer played on the screen, before Copeland's classic Metalingus entrance music by Alter Bridge sent the crowd into an absolute frenzy with a newly remixed intro. Copeland was handed the chair, but instead of finishing off the icon with it, he took out Luchasaurus and Wayne as Christian Cage slithered away. Known worldwide as Edge through his WWE run, Copeland will be known in AEW as the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland, using his real name but preserving his famed nickname, as WWE abandoned the trademark back in spring of 2020. Adam Copeland has officially signed with AEW, president of All Elite Wrestling Tony Khan stated on Sunday night. Something I'm really excited about, something that's going to really set us apart. This is full-time. Adam is going to be with us every week. He's a full-time part of the AEW roster. Trademarks for Legend, spelled with his WWE name Edge in the middle, Iconoclast, The Rogue, and Cope were all filed by Copeland through Wet Yeti Inc. AEW could certainly use a big-name veteran superstar, especially following the controversial exit of CM Punk, and Tony Khan will be hoping that Copeland is the one to fill that gap. As in Khan's own words, a new era, the Rated R era, begins. Part of coming here is that I wanted to contribute, Copeland said at the post-event media conference. I wanted to help. I just felt like here I really would be able to do that, to have the opportunity to do that. I look at an entire fresh roster of faces and so many talents that I've never laid hands on before, and that, to me, as a person who is driven by challenges, that was the biggest thing. I've never been in a ring with Samoa Joe. I've never stood in the ring with Sting before tonight. After 31 years in this industry, that's never happened. Copeland continued, I felt free. That's just the word for it. It felt fun. Copeland said about his appearance on Sunday. At this stage of my career, that's just special. 31 years in, and to feel that way, that's just a gift. In a separate statement issued to social media, Copeland went into more detail on the decision to leave, saying, sometimes relationships just grow apart, and I feel the WWE and I have just outgrown each other. I wanted to do more. They didn't have much more for me to do. Simple as that. And that's okay. I'll still be watching and still be supporting all of my friends there. Copeland has won it all and done it all in the WWE. A Grand Slam champion, an 11-time world champion, 5-time Intercontinental champion, United States champion, and 13-time tag team champion. He won the Royal Rumble, the first Money in the Bank match, and is a member of the WWE Hall of Fame. His contract, of course, expired at the end of September, a few weeks before his last WWE match on a special Edge-dedicated episode of SmackDown, where he faced off against Sheamus, in a first-time ever match, which he's described as the perfect ending to his run as Edge. And going forward, he can expect a lot more first-time evers. What makes Copeland's transition to AEW all the more exciting is the prospect of him facing off against an entirely new crop of talent. For a man whose career was so harshly taken away from him in 2011 after being forced into retirement with neck issues, to gracing the ring once again and getting his fairy tale WWE return run. A move to AEW is the perfect chance to give back to the industry, and also elevate his own wrestling legacy higher than the incredible heights he's already reached. And perhaps the most satisfying part of it all is the opportunity to conclude his career alongside the man who he embarked on the journey with as kids in the 1990s in Toronto, with dreams of being wrestling superstars, Christian. Copeland told CBS Sports, if we could end this together, that's the dream. I sat down with my girls and I'm like, okay, so what does dad do, girls? What do I do? And I laid out the scenarios for them. Lyric said it, and then Ruby agreed. Go be with Uncle Jay and have fun. And that doesn't mean that I'm not having fun in other places, but they know the most fun that I'm going to have is with my best friend of 40 years. Well, Copeland might be delighted and excited at the prospect of working with his best friend of 40 years and former tag team partner, but needless to say, Christian didn't necessarily return the same enthusiasm. With his usual professional and menacing demeanor at the media presser, Christian had the following to say. I said this at the last scrum. I don't have any friends other than Luchasaurus. Was I surprised to see him? Yes. Did I care? Not really. It doesn't change anything for me. I'm still the face of TNT. I'm still the TNT champion. I'm still the man to beat in AEW. You understand that, right? All the while rocking his infamous turtleneck and hilariously terrifying the media present. Copeland made his first Dynamite appearance this past Wednesday on the 4-year anniversary episode of the show, and if he didn't know Christian Cage before, he does now. After lamenting all of the potential future matchups in his first ever AEW promo, the pair came face to face, as Adam called his former tag team partner out. And in a heartfelt and emotional promo, he expressed that he still loves him, despite his recent controversial actions. Copeland told Christian that it was time for them to team together again, to face teams like FTR, the Young Bucks, and show an entire generation of fans why they are arguably one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Before a momentary pause between the two, Cage took the microphone and hugged Copeland before uttering into the mic behind Copeland's back, "Go fuck yourself," and leaving the ring to be joined at the ramp by Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. Edge certainly knows Christian, but it seems Adam Copeland thought he knew Christian Cage. Needless to say, I don't think we'll be seeing Edge and Christian posing for 5 seconds for the benefit of those with flash photography anytime soon. It's clear that Christian is doing some of the greatest work of his career right now, and at the age of 49 is amongst the best in the world. He's elevated the TNT Championship, which was thought to be at an all-time low, to new heights in just a few months, along with anybody he's worked with. This is the very first time Edge and Christian will be presented at the same level of the food chain on TV. With a fired up rated R superstar added to the mix, we could be set for a really special run between two all-time greats. Copeland is set to make his official AEW in-ring debut against Christian's imposing ally, Luchasaurus, on a special Tuesday edition of Dynamite, as the show goes head-to-head with NXT. The WWE have announced stars like John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Paul Heyman for the show, whilst Tony Khan will be hoping that the addition of Copeland alongside announcements of Bryan Danielson vs. Swerve Strickland, Jon Moxley vs. Rey Fenix, and Jay White vs. Hangman Adam Page will put Dynamite ahead. After 25 years, Edge bid farewell to the WWE, and the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, is all elite. With 31 years of industry experience under his belt, Copeland is undoubtedly a phenomenal addition to AEW, both on-screen and backstage, and it's a fitting moment for him to conclude his phenomenal career having one last run with a revitalized Christian Cage at the peak of his powers. So if you've enjoyed this video, please show your support for the channel by dropping a like, subscribing, and don't forget to share your thoughts on the move with us in the comments below. See you next time.